Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from this month's sponsor, Ethico.
In the delicate arena of compliance, every conversation matters. Traditional methods can leave callers feeling unheard, but Ethico changes the game. Our empathetic interview technique reshapes compliance calls into powerful, compassionate interactions, ensuring no crucial detail is missed. It's about creating a conversation that matters, that resonates, that makes a difference. Be the change in your compliance approach. See the transformation for yourself at ethico.com/CPN. Book a demo, try our free ROI calculator, and explore the white paper by Tom Fox, The ROI of Compliance.
The Daily Compliance News for August 8, the Whistleblowers in the United Kingdom edition. And we begin with that story from the Financial Times, which reports that whistleblowing cases are on the rise in UK's employment tribunal. This increase in legal claims could point to failures in companies whose staff sound the alarm. Sound familiar? Well, this is actually a fairly positive development in the United Kingdom, as whistleblowing it's been a long time coming for it to take hold similar to the United States, but it really points to the failure of internal whistleblower and speak up cultures and the lack of companies paying attention to whistleblowers. And we don't pay attention to whistleblowers, they go to the regulators. Next up, there's an ESPN cricket, which I was not aware of. And in that, it reported that Salah Janat, Afghan's top order batter in cricket, has been banned from all forms of cricket activities for 5 years, effective immediately. It is breaches of the Afghanistan Cricket Board Anti-Corruption Code. Yes, Afghanistan, home of the Taliban, has an anti-corruption code. So amazing, at least in cricket, maybe not anything else. Nevertheless, this player is 26, and the action was taken for his acts over the past couple of years. Next up, a couple of unfortunately negative stories, more negative stories about Boeing. The first is trouble for Boeing in outer space, as NASA says that the astronauts who are in the Boeing Starliner said these issues may be more serious than first thought, and they might not be able to return on the Boeing vehicle, which means they would have to come back on Boeing's competitor, SpaceX. So obviously, this is a huge problem for Boeing. It's a huge negative and a huge public embarrassment, particularly if Elon Musk has to fly up there and save Boeing. And our next story comes to us from the Washington Post, which reports that a transcript of a hearing regarding a Boeing whistleblower shows complete chaos in the assembly line as Boeing tried to push forward the production of aircraft. So 2 fairly negative pieces that the new Boeing CEO is going to have to address. He's going to have to address quickly and efficiently. As I mentioned at the start of this podcast, this month's sponsor for the entire Compliance Podcast Network is Ethico. Have you ever wondered how to show the ROI of your compliance program? Have you struggled with the budgeting process, getting the funds you want for your compliance program? Well, I've partnered with Ethico to put together a white paper on the ROI of compliance, which shows you not only how to demonstrate ROI, but also how to speak finance when you're sitting across from the CFO with your budget proposals. Check out the website and get the white paper. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.